that the countries where I used to travel before without this condition, I stopped going. The invitations are yet coming. Anyone invites me, I say, if you give me the invitation from the head of state or from the Home Minister, I'll come. I remember in 2020, April, I was invited a couple of months, I think in January 2020, I was invited. There's going to be a program in April in Canada where Justin Trudeau, who is the president of the Prime Minister of Canada, he was going to be the chief guest. I was called as a guest of honor, and the Muslim MP was invited and accepted that because it was through the government, and indirectly the head of state of Canada was there. But unfortunately, because of COVID, the program was cancelled. So one thing that in between, okay, in 2016 I traveled to many countries, 17 I traveled, but during the span, when I came and I migrated to Malaysia, I was here for 1 year rest, and then I started traveling again, but then COVID came. So in 2020 and 21, I did not travel because of COVID. But one thing good that happened is I started this session as Dr. Zakir. In 2020, I remember in Ramadan, it was in April, the lockdown came in March, and I said, okay, now I cannot travel, all the programs have been cancelled, there were no talks, not in Malaysia, not outside, what to do? And I like giving talks. So we started this as Dr. Zakir, and that time when we started in Ramzan, in April 2020, I used to give twice a week. But then I realized that giving twice a week, reading the questions, we thought it would be easy, only the talk and maybe a couple of other preparation and giving the talk. We realized that average in a week, 20,000 questions started coming. So the biggest ordeal is to read these questions. So I had a team, and my team doesn't read all the 20,000, maybe 5,000, 6,000, whatever they read. From that, they passed me 100 questions. From that 100, I select 20 questions to answer, approximately. So then, after Ramadan, because of all my other activities, the satellite, etc., I reduced it to once a week. And when the COVID ended, maybe in 2021, 2022, when my son Farik came to Malaysia, or he was in Saudi, that time we used to join. I used to handle 1.5 hour, my son half an hour. But when he came to Malaysia, then I handle as Dr. Zakir on the first and the third Saturday, and my son handles as Sheikh Farik on the second and the fourth Saturday. So many. But because reduced, I changed from 1.5 hour to 2 hours. So the length has remained approximately same. Previously was in Ramadan, it was 1 hour, twice a week, then became 1.5 hour once a week. Now it becomes 2 hours to 2 hours 15 minutes twice a month. So it comes to approximately 1 hour a week for me, but Farik additional takes 1 hour every fortnight, so 2 hours a month. But naturally the audience on the social media live, on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Instagram, on the Peace TV, the thing is large. But coming back to your question, yes, public talks has reduced. Now one thing is there, I prefer public talks because in public talks I enjoy, and I'm giving a talk standing, I can see the audience live. It's different than talking in front of a camera. Both are different. But one good thing that happened in the Ask Dr. Zakir Naik sessions, we are in the 12th season. The first Ramadan season had about 9 sessions. Now each of the season have normally 6 sessions, sometimes 7. So already 12. So already more than 70 sessions have taken place, for 1.5 to 2 hours. And more than 1,500 questions have been answered. The difference in this and the public lecture is, the public lecture is good, of course, inspiring, a lot of cameras, audiences there, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. And even in this time, in Malaysia, before the COVID, I'd given the talk, just before the COVID in 2019, and I gave a talk in Malaysia, in Kelantan, there were more than 100,000 people. In 2017, when I gave in Indonesia, there were 110,000 people in Jakarta. So the audiences, of course, those talks with the number of cameras, 12, it's much better. In terms of impact, it is 10 to 20 times better. But as far as the talks are concerned, excellent. As far as the questions are concerned, there were many questions which were repetitive. And we cannot say this question has been asked 1 year back, I cannot answer. I cannot say this question was, yes, if it's asked same day, I can refuse answering, or if what asked yesterday in another talk in the same city, I can say it was answered yesterday. But I cannot say it was answered 1 month back in Nigeria or 1 month back in Qatar. I have to answer. So there were questions which were repetitive. So if you remove the duplicate, suppose every public talk, I may handle about 10 to 20 questions, out of which more than 50% are repetition. Or some questions which ask twice, some 3 times, some 10 times. So the net impact, you could say unique question, you could say 25% only. Absolutely unique. In this program, ask Dr. Zakir, the repetitions are very few. Maybe less than 10